Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Empire. If you are passing by for the first time, feel free to join us. Ooh, for my OG subscribers, oh my goodness, it's been a minute. I am going to do like a sit down, share with you how the delivery went with a little bit of stories here and there. So stay tuned. So this is usually a makeup channel. I'm all over the place because I feel like I haven't filmed in like forever. So this is like a makeup the delivery vlog, not vlog, story time, what happened, and a little bit of clips here and there if I can get any. So yeah, stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video. And also the reason why I'm sharing this journey with you guys is because this has been something very personal to me. Maternity and maternity help care has been something very personal to me, something that has been bothering me for a very long time, and just feel like it's about time I shared and aired out what I think about our maternity health care in the country. So yeah, I have a lot lined up for you guys. So let's start from here so that at least when you move forward there is, closure. And also I just feel like I love talking I like talking to people. So this is gonna be a bit different from makeup videos. So yeah, stay tuned. So guys, yeah, baby is here. We're 6 weeks. We did our 6 weeks. We went to our first vaccination visit yesterday, and he's fine. I got a baby boy, so he's fine. He's great. He's amazing. I gave birth to a healthy baby boy. He's great, only that he doesn't sleep during the day, so I have to figure out filming with him all the time. So yeah, we did deliver on 19th of December. I remember I told you guys I had my EDD on 20th of December. I also had another EDD saying I will deliver on 22nd. Another one said I will deliver on 27th. My first scan said I will deliver on 20th of December 2020. When I calculated it for the first time, it told me I would deliver on 19th of December 2020. And then when I went for my second scan, it said that I would deliver on 27th of December 2020, which I was not willing to listen to that because I was already tired and everything. So on 18th of December 2020, going backwards, I used to have like false labors and stuff. Like I would have cramps here and there, and then they will just go away. So on 18th of December, I was like, yo, I need to deliver this baby on 20th. He's not gonna pass 20th. He has to come by 20th. Okay, so I told myself, you know what, let me go for a walk so that baby can just go down. On 18th, that is, it was on Friday. So I went for a walk. Oh no, it was on Friday. Yeah, on Friday. So I went for a walk. I left the house at around 4. I took like an hour, 1 hour walk. So I walked around the home. I went for a certain distance from the house. So I did a walk. So I walked and walked and walked, and then I came back home. Now coming back home, I came back home at around 5. I was so tired that day, tired that I've never felt, like really tired. Like I was done. You know what? I was done. Baby I was done, yeah. And baby was so quiet, so I was so tired. I just got home, took a shower, and I slept. I slept by 7. I was in bed. So the funniest thing is that I went to sleep by 7, and I couldn't feel myself. Like I slept like a baby. For the first time throughout that pregnancy, I slept, and I woke up at around 9 p.m. That is, I slept at 7 p.m. I woke up at 9 p.m. And what woke me up at 9 p.m. is pain, a sharp pain, like cramping pain, yeah. It woke me up, and I was like, probably it's just false labor, because I was expecting this labor to be the same as my first baby. So I was like, if I'm to deliver on 20th, then I'm going to have labor pains all through 19th. So I just had one sharp pain, and then the pain disappeared. Then I went back to sleep. Okay, going back to sleep, I slept, like I really slept. I didn't feel myself all through all the night. I couldn't feel myself, like nililala poa. Nililala poa. Then I woke up at 6 a.m. A sharp pain woke me up again at 6 a.m. and I was like, uh, maybe it's starting now, then it's going to like go throughout the day, then I'm going to deliver on 20th in the morning. I went back to sleep, you guys, because the pain was not consistent. Then at 8 a.m., my goodness, I was waking up with another pain. So I woke up and I was like, okay. I was just like, still maybe, you know, in like maybe. Hey, then I decided let me lie down again. I couldn't get down. Another pain struck me and I was like, what the? That pain, that was the most painful thing, the most painful pain I ever felt in my entire life. It was painful. It was painful, you know. It was super painful. So I said, okay, let's wait it out. Let's see if the contractions are, you know, like closer together, so that we figure out whether I'm in labor or it's another false alarm. Then I decided, let me get out of bed. Before I could reach my feet on the floor from the bed, another pain struck me. I was like, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? By the time I'm landing my feet on the floor, on the ground, I've already been hit by like 4 contractions. 4 contractions which lasted about like, my contractions were lasting like a minute to a minute, 50 seconds to like 50 seconds, 1 minute apart, and they would last like for a minute or 2. So the period in which they were occurring was too short and they would last long. I was like, okay, let me time this contraction. It's 8, yeah? By the time it's 9, the contractions were so much close together, they were like seconds apart. So then I told my hubby, yo, you know what? We need to go to the hospital. If I have some clips of how I was dancing in this house, I will share them. But we need to go to the hospital right away. I took a shower. I told him I need to take a shower. So I took a shower, I took a warm bath. And I was dancing all through the bathroom, all through the shower, because, oh my goodness, the pain was intense. I've never felt such kind of pain in my entire life. This one was another one. It was just on another level. Where? So I'm here having contractions. It's 8. It's 9 now. Contractions are like a minute apart, you know, lasting a minute, and they usually say that you should go to the hospital when your contractions are like, when they're like, it's I don't know, it's 511 or like contractions that last 1 minute apart and they take like a minute long or something like that. So I'm here dancing. I'm telling my hubby, yo, we need to get to the hospital. He's like, I need to shower. I'm like, shower quickly. Hey, Oga Rakabana, we need to get out of here. Now this guy, he wants to do the dishes, clean the house, and I'm in pain. I'm like, hey, but you're not seeing this pain, like you're not feeling the pain with me. What is wrong with you? We need to get out of this house. It's as if going to the hospital is going to relieve me of the pain or something. I was just like, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. Okay. So I called an Uber. We called an Uber by around 10 something, around close to 11. Mind you, at this point, contractions are like, whoo, whoo, whoo. They're like 1, 2, 3. Like there's no time they're stopping for. They're not stopping for long. The longest they could stop is like for 40 seconds. That's the longest they will stop. It wouldn't go to a minute to stop, and then they'll be like 40 seconds apart. He was like, we need to go. We need to get out of here. The best thing is that I already packed my bag, so it was ready. It had everything. So we went. So I called an Uber. The Uber got here. The best thing is that the driver was a lady. She was called Esther. Big up, Esther. Thank you so much. You were a great driver. She kept on telling my hubby, rub her back, rub her back. At this point, I'm like, there's no pain in my back. It's below my stomach. I'm cramping really, really bad. It's like period pains 1,000, 1,000,000 times over. Man, women are strong. And there are no tears at that point. I'm not even crying, nothing. I'm like, my hubby's like, Wenda, I'm coming. Then I get to the car. I waited for like 3 minutes. This guy is not even here yet. I don't know what he was doing. He's busy getting his colognes and everything. I'm like, I'm in labor. I need to get to the hospital. Hey, I got to that car, and then I'm like here holding the driver's seat. I've worn this short dress because I can't even figure out. It's like I wore a top to the hospital. My friend, I was in pain. I couldn't figure out what to wear. Eh, Then it was just hilarious. Yeah, my hubby is there looking at me taking videos. He's just like, I'm just in my head. I'm like, what is this man thinking? Does he even know the amount of pain I'm going through right now? Ha! Then the Uber driver started driving, so it was a distance from where we live. The hospital we were going to and where we live, it's a bit of a distance. So, and then the best thing is that it was on a Saturday, so there was no traffic, not much traffic. The lady was driving like crazy. He was hooting all over the place because my contractions were pretty much close. Then we went, then we got to the hospital. Now getting to the hospital, I couldn't get out of the car because the contractions, I had to wait them out. But it was impossible, so I just had to carry myself, get out, and just walk to the ward. Yeah, so we walked to the ward. We went. Getting there, the doctors were on strike at that point. The government doctors of Kenya, as always, were on strike. The best thing, I was not delivering in a public hospital. It was a mission hospital, which I'm going to, I think, do another video to compare between the two so that I can at least enlighten someone. And it's a bit cheaper compared to private hospitals. So yeah, we went. And this nurse is telling me, she started asking me questions. I just gave her the contraction time and told her, these contractions are like this, don't ask me questions. She's like, no, I have to ask you questions so that I can keep you active. Ati, what's your phone number? I'm like, it's written there on that book. Everything you need to know is written on that clinic book. What are you? Ati, I just need to ask so that, you know, you can be alert and everything. I'm like, what alert? I'm in pain, I'm alert. What do you think? So she told me, let me measure you how much dilated you are. That to every woman is the horror of labor. Yeah, it's the horror of labor. If you have ever delivered a baby for the first time, that process of them measuring how far, how many centimeters you're dilated is horror. I remember with my first baby, here that thing has traumatized me until today. So with my first baby, it was. But with this one, I didn't feel a thing. I don't know, because I was so much dilated. Because by the time we were getting to the hospital, I was 6 centimeters dilated. So you can imagine if I delayed longer, I would have delivered in the house. Because this is where the funny part is. I got to the hospital by 12 something. Yes, because we left the house around 11 something. So by 12 something is when I got to the hospital. So she checked me and she's like, oh, we have to admit you. And then another thing, there were no beds. The hospital was full, so she had to find a way. Luckily, I did get a bed. She was telling me, if you are not like dilated enough, we would have sent you back home because we don't have space. We are crowded, and because the government hospitals are on strike and everything. So I was like, hey, if these people send me away, I mean, I'll just deliver on the road because I can't handle this pain. I can't go further than this. So yeah, then I got admitted. Then she came while I was changing my robes. Then imagine I'm changing into hospital clothes and then they bring food. You know, it was lunchtime. They bring, what do you think? They brought pilau, my friend. Pilau and melon and some cabbage. I'm like, so because I'm so thirsty, let me eat this melon. Did I eat? I took one bite. It's like that bite was aggravating my pain. I dropped it. Then I tried to go and pee. All this time, mind you, my water had not broke. It hadn't broken, so I didn't. There was no sign. The only sign I had that I was in labor was the pain. So they brought food. I couldn't eat it, so I just covered it up. I'm like, are you guys crazy? I need to get. In my head, I'm not like I need to get this baby out. In my head, I'm like, I need this pain to stop. You know. So it's like the melon added pain on me. Hey, so I stopped. I bit one chunk and I was like, hey, I can't. So the doctor or the nurse wanted me to go and pee so that, you know, maybe so that my water can break. I couldn't pee. If my water had broken while I was in the house, I would have delivered on the way, because my water breaking would have, you know, escalated the pains, and my cervix would have opened up very, very quickly. So it didn't open. So my water didn't break. That's why I was progressing faster, but because the water hadn't broken, so I wouldn't dilate more faster. So yeah, so she told me to go to the toilet and try and pee. The pee couldn't come out. That is how much that pain was. I couldn't pee, it couldn't come out. I don't know, I could feel that I'm pressed, but it's like the pain was hindering the pee from coming out. So the only thing I saw in my pant was like some discharge. It was like a mucousy heavy discharge, but it didn't have any bloody. I didn't have a bloody show or anything. I didn't see that. I just saw mucus. So I took off my pant, and that's when they measured me for the first time, and she was like, hey, you're 6 centimeters dilated, we need to admit you right away. Then she came back, she's like, I need to put a drip on your hand. Then she put drip on my hand. I usually don't know what's that they put that liquid stuff that people say it takes your pain from 0 to 1,000, but at this point when she put it, I don't even think that drip entered my body, because by the time she was finishing, she told me when she put the drip, I asked her, what is this for? She's like, that one is for you to dilate faster so that you can deliver now, and then tomorrow you can go home single. And she's like, single Caro, which I'm going to do another video on your rights as a pregnant woman during labor, the things that you're supposed to be aware of, okay? The things that are supposed to be done to you, okay? Yeah, so she did that. And then she told me, if you feel like you want to have like poop, or like go for if you feel like you want to poop, yeah, just call me, don't push, call me. I was like, okay. So she left to return the things she was using. She hadn't even put them down. I called her, hey, yo, doctor, nurse, or whatever, I can't remember what I called. Come. And she's like, you feel like pooping? I was like, yeah. Like, okay, let's go. So she took me to the delivery room, just walking. Okay, all this time I've just gotten in, so my hubby is finishing with the soldier because of COVID and everything, so they're not letting everyone inside, so they're just like finalizing on you know, what I'm carrying and all that and everything. So okay, so I entered into the delivery ward, which is a story I'm going to put in another video, which is your rights, things that you should know, okay, during labor, or your rights as a pregnant woman during labor, okay? So that's another video. So got into the delivery room, she was like, climb the bed, and she did really well, because I did not tear as much as I expected to tear, and there is a reason behind that, okay? So she was telling me, don't push if you don't have any contractions. So apparently, if you push without contractions, you're going to tear really bad. That is something I had researched before even I went into labor. I was planning to push with each and every contractions. The only thing I was not sure is if the person who was delivering me off the baby would allow me to push without contractions, because it's just another story that I would love to explain in another video, okay? What happened, my experience giving birth to my first baby, and what happened, and the horrors and everything. So I got there, and she was like, if you feel like, just push when you feel like you really want to poop, okay? If it stops, stop, don't push. That is exactly what I did, and I took two pushes, and the baby was out, and she was like, wow, you've done great, you know. And then she gave me the baby on me, which is something new to me, because when I delivered my first baby, they just showed me up in the air, and they're like, have you seen what you've gotten? It's a girl, and that's it. But this time the baby was put on my belly, and then she showed me, and then she rubbed him, because he didn't cry. So not that he wasn't healthy, he didn't cry because he sneezed, so he kept on sneezing and sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. I asked the doctor, why is he sneezing like that? He was like, it's okay, the baby's fine and all that. And yeah, so it was a very short, so the baby came at 1 p.m. so it was the shortest labor. So I started laboring at 8. By 11 baby was here. So me, she cleaned me up, told me to give her clothes so that she can dress the baby, and she told me just go back to your ward. I'm bringing the baby once I'm done, which is something new to me also compared to the fact that I had delivered my first baby in a public hospital. You know, they don't do that kind of shit. They don't. Do they bring you the baby? Maybe if now they've changed, but I don't think. They just give you a baby, carry, go to your ward. So I went. She gave me everything and told me everything I was supposed to do so that the bleeding, she gave me injections for the bleeding so that I don't bleed too much. She told me how much I should change my pad so that I don't, you know, mess myself up. So I went, and then I went, found my food at the table, then I called my hubby. I'm like, Aya, hujamaliziwa? She's like, no. He was like, no, Bado, they told me just to wait till 10. I'm like, you know what, me, I've already put to bed. He was like, what? I'm like, yeah, your baby is here, come and see your baby. He's like, hey, okay, that's a surprise. Then this guy comes into my ward, finds my pilau. He's the one eating it, busy eating it, and I'm just from delivering. I wasn't hungry, but I did try and I ate. I was thirsty though. I ate. And yeah, baby was brought in. We saw baby, and that's basically it. Like, it was the shortest but the most painful, yes, labor that I've had, because it was my second, unless I get a third one, which I'm not planning to have. But it was painful, but it was worth it. So I thank God that it was short, painful and short. You know, it's better for you to have a painful one but a shorter one compared to having a painful prolonged labor. It was crazy. I did get stitches. I got like I had one what did she say, a 1 centimeter tear. What did she say? She said, what did, I can't remember. How are they measured, those tears? Oh, 1 degree. I didn't tear that much, so I had like 1 degree tear. I had like maybe 1 or 2 stitches, but it was still painful. Stitches are stitches, whether it is 1 or 2, they're still painful. Yeah, I did get stitches. And what else happened? Yeah, I did get stitches. The only thing that was different from my first baby in this case is that when I delivered my first baby, after I had delivered, now it was time for me to deliver the placenta. They did press my stomach when I was delivering my first baby, so they pressed my stomach a lot for me to deliver the placenta and for all the blood to just come out and everything. And that helped because my tummy went down immediately in hospital. By the time I was leaving my hospital when my first baby was born, it's like my tummy was already flat. But this one, I looked pregnant still. I think I have a photo of that, but not so big. I just looked funny, right? Okay, so yeah, that is what happened. So baby came, he weighed 3.3 kgs, which I didn't expect because it was quite a small bump compared to my first child. But they do have the same weight as my first child when she was born. After delivery, I expected that I would sleep, that sleep of you know, like a dead person, but I didn't. I couldn't sleep. I don't know why. Baby couldn't. He wasn't breastfeeding. Not that I didn't have milk. I did. Apparently, I did have milk. He was just too tired to breastfeed. He just slept, and the nurses kept on telling us, "Momshe, nyonye, wake the baby up so that he can feed. Wake the baby up after every 2 hours." So I used to try and wake him up, but he wouldn't suckle. Like, he would just he wouldn't even open his mouth. No matter what you do, even if you tickle him or, you know, he wouldn't open his mouth. I think he was just tired. He just slept. He never cried that entire time, from the time he was born to the time we left that hospital the next day, because I was discharged the next day in the morning. I didn't cry. The best thing I loved about this hospital is the fact that they would come and check your BP, because by the time when I was in labor, my BP was low, my blood pressure was low. I don't know why. So by the time they came back to check it again, it was okay. So I did ask her why my BP was low, and she told me it's because probably I was dehydrated at that point, but it was normal. It's still normal at this even now. My BP is fine, so I don't have a problem with pressure and everything. What else happened? Like, it was just an interesting time. But I couldn't sleep. I've never slept since, by the way. I don't know if I have eye bags today. I've never slept. Baby doesn't sleep during the day, he only sleeps at night and wakes up every 2 hours. During the day we look at each other. He sleeps for 5-10 minutes so I can sleep with him. So that is exactly what happened in my bundle of joy came here. His name is Tendai, so he is a beautiful baby boy who doesn't sleep. But it's all fun. I think motherhood is motherhood sometimes is underrated. Giving birth and carrying pregnancy and just giving birth and just coming back home with your healthy baby is just something that we should be thankful for, and I'm grateful. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. So I'm going to film another video on a lot of things. I have a lot of things concerning pregnancy issues that I really want to talk about that might help people out here, because Mimi, for me to have this second baby, I had a lot of fear. Okay, so for me to have overcome that fear and bring baby forth, it was just amazing. And God, so I thank God. I thank you guys for for sticking around. I don't know if this is the kind of content you would love to have. Maybe you can comment and let me know so that I can know if I should continue or shouldn't continue. So yeah, I'm going to see you guys on the next video, and I'm going to talk about something very interesting, so you don't want to miss that because it's going to be interesting. Yeah, so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.